soon as he's set.
Does the choir sit down?
Yeah, y'all sit. Sit down, guys.
Good morning. On behalf of the graduates of the class of 2021, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the parents, families, friends, Board of Education members, administrators, teachers, and staff who are with us. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of Spanish Fork High School class of 2021. This is so. We will now have a flag presentation from our very own Spanish Fork graduates. Lindsay Ivy, Brandon Youd, Carter Marziel, Russell Mangelson, and Macy Hollinger.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past, while I'm missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Thank you. The American flag will now be presented by Lindsay Ivy. Will the audience please rise for the singing of the national anthem performed by our chamber choir and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Say, can you see?
Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. The theme that we have chosen for our graduation program today is A New Dawn. We have chosen this theme to honor the lessons, values, and memories that have been instilled in each of us during our time as a Dawn at Spanish Fork High School. We will begin our program by hearing from our valedictorian, Tyler Reese. His speech is entitled A New Education. After Tyler's speech, the chamber singers will perform Above the Clouds of Pompeii by Bear's Den, arranged by Cameron Kavanaugh.
It's probably a good thing, but they only gave me 3 minutes for my speech, so in conclusion. Class of 2021. We've learned a lot over the last 3 years at SFHS. Mrs. Ward taught us how to find the area under a curve, Miss Fish taught us the hero's journey, and Mr. Gilbert showed us a documentary about crazy ferret owners. No doubt this knowledge will be incredibly useful as we move forward in our lives, but we need to remember that however much we think we've learned, we are nowhere near knowing everything there is to know. Whether we are going to college, starting our careers, or traveling to an unknown place, we will be starting a new education. What we have already learned here at Spanish Fork will carry us into that new education. We have packed in our heads the basics of the principles we need to succeed in life. One lesson I've learned here that has been incredibly important to me is to persist despite difficulties. You've probably heard the analogy of how life is like a race. Because of my years in cross country, this particularly resonates with me, but I think that it can apply to all of us. At a cross country race in California, someone tripped in the very first bottleneck of the race, sending about 20 runners sprawling onto the ground in a huge dog pile. I was near the bottom of that dog pile. I waited for what felt like an eternity before I could finally push myself off of the athlete who had tripped right before me. Despite this, I still finished, and although the only good thing I got out of it was a story to tell in my graduation speech, it solidified the importance of persistence to me. My coach would drill into my head to plan my race and race my plan, but he would also tell me just to race it. This seemed like a contradiction to me at first. It might have taken a couple years, but I think I finally figured it out. The goal is to go into a race with a plan, but be willing to throw the plan out the window and do the best that you can with whatever happens. We will all come across our own dog piles, no matter how well planned out we think our life will be. In those situations, we just need to race it and do the best that we can. The race we have just finished and the race that we are just beginning aren't to see who finishes first, but who is able to withstand difficulties and finish despite them. While we may not use our knowledge that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, we will take the relationships we've built and the work ethic we've gained with us. The road to graduation has been a long and hard one, especially during this last year. But looking back, I think we'll realize that it was actually quite short. We will have to say goodbye to long friendships, and there will be hugs and tears. There will be unchecked boxes on bucket lists, but the influence we have had on each other over the last couple of years will always be a part of us. I'd like to leave you with one final thought. My grandpa loves to encourage his grandchildren to memorize one of his favorite quotes about persistence. He'd say, "That which you persist in doing becomes easier to do, not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that your ability to do has increased." Whatever it is that you decide to do what you love, and your own ability to do will increase. Thank you.
Nice work. All right.
Thank you, Tyler and chamber singers. We will now hear from our salutatorian, Corinne Orton. Her speech is titled, A New Tribe. Following her speech, turn your attention to the TV screen for a video presentation prepared by our senior class.
Okay, cool. We never actually do anything by ourselves. There are always people there who helped us. People help us grow a lot, and it's really great to have them here with us for graduation since it's a big accomplishment. This was a weird year for all of us, but our school gave us a really good support system, and that helped a lot. Our teachers here went above and beyond to give us a good education. When everything got shut down last year, a lot of them had Zoom office hours or sent out emails to help us know what was going on when everything was really disorienting. When we thankfully had in-person school again this fall, they didn't stop trying their best to help us learn. They encouraged us and helped us prepare for the end-of-year tests. Their support was key to a good high school experience, and I'm grateful for how generous they were with their time and energy. We have really great administrators and staff here. They really have our best interests at heart, and you can see that in how they try to help every student as an individual. They keep things running smoothly for everybody, even if it means they don't get a break when they need one. The counselors are really great. They can deal with all our weird schedule changes and forgotten deadlines. I had a lot of those. They got us all graduated, which is really awesome. Also, whoever picked the blankets for the decompression room, good job, they're very nice. Our parents have also supported us through this experience. Whether it was helping us with our homework or attending extracurricular events and competitions, they've been here for us. I'd specifically like to thank the drama mamas and papas. They contribute a lot to the department. It honestly couldn't exist without them. Finally, I think friends are one of the most important parts of your support network. In all honesty, high school is a pretty weird thing to experience, and having people there to keep you somewhat sane really helps. Graduating high school is a big accomplishment, and we couldn't have done it without support. It's kind of weird, it's like pretty much over now, but we still have people who care about us to support us through our next steps in life, and that's really amazing. Thank you again for everything. Congrats us, yay.
I am honored to be speaking today. My speech is entitled, A New Dawn and a New Frontier. Before I present my remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all department administrators and educators for their work with students and their families. A special thanks goes to those teachers who are committed to the success of every student and continue to take a personal interest in their academic and social development. With that being said, congratulations, graduates. Today is a great day. It is a day to celebrate with our family and friends. For some of you, it is waiting to get out of school and get on with your life. It's a time when the old childhood rhyme, no more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks, describes just how you feel. But for all of you, as you return the cap and gowns you're wearing today and take the tassels and diplomas home, remember this. The diploma you receive today is an insurance policy with the premium paid in full by your hard work in the past 13 years. The value of that policy depends on how much effort you put in your education and what you want to do with it as you go on. As a great American poet named Kelly Clarkson once said, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." We have grown together as we have taken each trial head first and without fear. This year has come with many different challenges, from council's activities to face mask acne to having things shoved up our nose. William Shakespeare and also Channing Tatum once said, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. But it's always a choice, and I believe our class has chosen to overcome hardship, and we will achieve greatness because of it." Although we've had many trials this year, we must remember the relationships we've built, friendships we've forged, and the memories we've made. I am optimistic about the class of 2021's prospects and excited to see what the future holds for all of us. Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2021. We did it. Thank you. We will now be honored to hear from our principal, Matt Christensen. After Mr. Christensen's remarks, we will hear from Scott Card, who is representing the Nebo School District Board of Education.
I'm just glad on that video we didn't show the cow. Mick, good morning, graduates. Welcome, family, friends, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize the outstanding accomplishments of these young graduates. I'm excited for the opportunity I have to speak with you today. Thank you, Morley, Tyler, and Corinne, for your wonderful words and inspiring message. You are great examples of excellence in learning. We are so proud of our senior class president, Valedictorian, and Salutatorian. Our vision at Spanish Fork High School is "Here we learn for life." Graduates, when you arrived at Spanish Fork High School in the fall of 2018, you were excited about the opportunities you would have. 3 years later, you are leaving our school equipped with skills, knowledge, and experience that will serve you throughout the rest of your life. You have participated in extracurricular activities, clubs, organizations that have taught you teamwork and responsibility. Your course of study was more than just a schedule of classes. You were given choices in your education. Many of you have completed career pathways, including aviation, culinary arts, marketing, engineering, and many more. You enrolled in 742 concurrent enrollment classes, totaling 2,242 college credits, with an estimated savings of $424,000. You enrolled in 405 AP classes. 50% of you are graduating with honors, 101 of you are graduating with a GPA of 3.9, and 29 of you are graduating with a perfect 4.0. As of today, the class of 2021 received nearly $2.7 million in scholarship monies. If we include our athletics, it's well over $3 million. Congratulations. College-bound students will be attending colleges and universities throughout the state and across the country. Some of the areas of study will be mathematics, pharmacy, education, engineering, aviation, architecture, and many more career choices. These college placement and career choices speaks to the commitment our students are making for their future. Through your coursework at Spanish Fork High, you made deep and meaningful connections between learning experiences in courses like psychology, calculus, chemistry, current issues, literature, and many more. Through the process of learning, you were able to see patterns and make sense of why you needed to learn certain concepts and facts. You developed skills that are transferable to any subject and any career field. No matter what you choose to do after high school, whether as a student, employee, family member, citizen, whatever role you may be, you will need to use these skills as strategic leaders, oral and written communicators, researchers, problem solvers, collaborators, and users of technology. This past fall, I was introduced to our theme, A New Dawn. I thought of new beginnings, a fresh start, a new school year, new opportunities for growth and development. This year, A New Dawn meant a little bit more. You had to adapt and change your normal routines and traditions. Things looked different at school this year. Masks were required. Social distancing was encouraged. Contact tracing, quarantines, limited capacity, canceled and postponed events. Even though you had to embrace these changes, many things remained constant and the same. Our vision and purpose at Spanish Fork High School has not changed. The pandemic did not stop learning, nor your passion for learning. Here We Learn for Life has never been more meaningful. As I've been pondering about this graduating class, I've tried to narrow down my thoughts to one common theme that could describe this group as a whole. To be honest, this has been a challenge. There are two things that stand out to me about this graduating class. One is your positive attitude, and two, kindness. This past summer, I worried about what school would look like. Would we have school? Would we be shut down? Would our students rebel? I worried about that. So many questions and uncertainties. Graduates, as soon as you enter the doors on August 16th, I knew everything was going to be okay. You brought meaning, purpose, energy, passion, a sense of community. You brought so much positivity. In my many conversations with you through this year, I've found there to be a very common thing amongst the vast majority of you. You love school, you love learning, you love your friends, you love your teachers, your coaches, and advisors. You love Spanish Fork High School. This positive outlook has inspired me to be more optimistic and more grateful. I'm reminded of a short story about three bricklayers that were building a beautiful building in their community. A news reporter interviewed these workers and asked them about their experience. The first bricklayer responded, "I'm laying bricks in the heat of the day." The second responded, "I'm working 10 hours a day, making $17 an hour to pay the bills and feed my family." The third responded, "I'm building the most beautiful building in town. I love my job because I'm involved in something great. I take simple bricks and build them into beautiful structures for others to enjoy." It is obvious which bricklayer understood his sense of purpose. It is even more obvious which brought more to his job. Thank you, students, for your positive attitudes towards learning. This positivity will carry with you throughout the rest of your life. This school year, I have witnessed many examples of kindness and caring for others. There is a young man here today that gave up his lunch time every day to sit with a lonely student that was in need. There's a young lady here today that was willing to give up her prom and her plans without hesitation to include a student that was left out. I could share story after story of kind deeds and actions towards others. Students, thank you for inspiring me to think of others. Your example of kindness and positivity is apparent. You have given me a gift this school year. You have inspired me to be more positive and more kind. Mother Teresa is famous for her humanitarian efforts and her kindness. I'd like to share a short poem with you. It's called Anyway. It reminds me of you, our graduates. People are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others may destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. Graduates, you are ready to transition into adulthood. You have accomplished a wonderful and meaningful goal. You are the future leaders of our community and society. Remember the life lessons you have learned at Spanish Fork High School. To the parents and guardians, thank you for entrusting us with your children. Thank you for letting us educate them and inspire them. We appreciate your partnership and support in educating our students. Dr. Shepard, Superintendent Nelson, school board members, and school board president Christine Riley, it is my privilege to report that these graduates have fulfilled all requirements for graduation and will be given their diplomas today. In closing, and on behalf of the faculty and staff at Spanish Fork High School, we wish you all the best and want you to know that we are so proud of you. Go Dons!
Corinne, I could use that comfort room about right now. Y'all don't know me, do you? That's okay. I don't know you either. I love seeing your smiles. This is awesome to be without a mask. Thank you for your dental hygiene over the last 14 months. It was great. Your smiles, in the words of a comedian of my day, you look marvelous. Billy Crystal for you old people. All right. One thing I've learned about teenagers is you have a propensity to be really loud. Where are your parents? It's not your fault, teenagers. It's genetic. All right. See? An old cowboy actor once said, for those of you that are my age know him well, John Wayne. Some of you may know who John Wayne is. He said, life is hard, but it's harder if you're stupid. That's really true. And by the way, Tyler, they didn't give me a time limit. So I'm a lawyer, and I bill by the hour. But John Wayne said, life is hard, it's harder if you're stupid. Now that quote has nothing to do with your IQ. It has nothing to do with your ACT score. It has to do with your choices. Stupid choices are illegal choices. Stupid choices are choices that hurt people. Stupid choices are often made solely on the basis of emotion. Stupid choices are choices that you make when something inside of you is screaming at you saying, don't do that. Really stupid choices are choices made when you're drunk or high and then you come and hire me. That's a smart choice. You all know what stupid choices are. But you may be tempted to think that some choices are stupid and they really aren't. Like if you choose to do something and you're not good at it or you fail, you may think the choice to have done that thing is stupid. No, it's not. You tried. You went out on a limb. If in the future you fail at something, don't worry about it. Failure is a part of life, and it's awesome. Failure, if I were to be a life weatherman, is coming. Some of you have experienced failure. Some of you have experienced heartache and other things that have been really hard. Failure is a necessary part of life, and only certain lessons and certain humility and certain kindness comes from failure and big disappointments. You see, what most of you have experienced thus far is actually not real life. Your parents will probably agree with me on that. Some of you have, however. Most of you have, however, been given just about everything you need to succeed to this point in your life. You're here. You've succeeded. Some of you have been so insulated that you've never experienced a real failure. And some of you haven't ever even had a D or an F. Some of you had your parents fight your battles for you with your teachers about grades. Some of you have been devastated or are devastated if your favorite snack's not in the pantry. Mom, where is it? You have just survived a pandemic. It's been nuts. And by the way, let me step aside for a minute and thank our wonderful administration who at this time last year became committed to go to school in person every single day. Our superintendent, your principal, our administrators, our teachers, are people of courage, and they did something that most every other school district in this country were afraid to do, and it was awesome. But anyway, we've been through a pandemic. You can all look back on this senior year as an anchor point in your life of having done something hard. And by the way, is anybody planning to go to Disneyland right away? You know, I've been to the Super Bowl, I want it, I'm going to Disneyland. You going to Disneyland? Awesome. Walt Disney grew up poor. He had a life of failure. He went through bankruptcy. He had mental breakdowns. When Disneyland was proposed to banks and financiers, he was rejected over 300 times to get the money to build Disneyland. His films Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi were flops at the box office when they first came out. I could go on. Sounds like a horrible life, right? But Walt Disney's the guy that built the happiest place on earth. Disney companies are iconic. Walt Disney didn't fear failure. Walt lived boldly and courageously, even with a life of failure. So what would Walt Disney tell you graduates? He might say, and I quote Walt Disney, "All the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you." Walt may have also said, and I quote, "It is good to have a failure while you're young." Let me repeat that. It is good to have a failure while you're young because it teaches you so much For one thing, it makes you aware that such a thing can happen to anybody. And once you've lived through the worst, you're never quite as vulnerable afterward. So graduates, I'm really a nice guy, but I wish you a failure. I told my oldest daughter, who was one of your 4.0 types, I wasn't, I told her when she graduated, honey, I hope you soon fail a class. She had so much anxiety because of her drive to avoid failure. It wasn't a drive to succeed, it was a drive to avoid failure. Stop that. Go boldly into your life as an adult. You'll get over it. Again, you've been through a pandemic. How bad can it get, right? I wish you that failure so that you can appreciate success when it comes. And it surely will, so long as you keep getting up when life kicks you in the teeth and knocks you down. I wish you failure so that you can learn what kindness and empathy towards others who are struggling along looks like and feels like, because there will be those who will come to rescue you too. I wish you failure so you can learn about you and find out about how tough you really are. I see it. We see it. You need to discover it. You are strong enough to deal with any failure or any disappointment that comes your way. Don't make choices trying to avoid failure. Make bold choices, seeking happiness and success. Yes, you risk failure. So what? Let me end with my own personal story of a failure. When I graduated from college, my wife and I hopped in the old Datsun truck. It's now Nissan, by the way, that's how old it is. And we drove to Texas, starting my education for my career. I was a newlywed, I was unprepared. I was starting off on something that I had no idea about. And after one semester, I was told that I had failed, and I was kicked out of school. My career was then put on hold for 3 years. I went to work. I went back to school. I took more classes. That failure quite nearly destroyed me. That failure quite nearly destroyed my marriage. But because of principles I held dear and deep within inside of me, no big deal. We got through it. 3 years later, I was back in school again. I was top 10 in my class the first year, and life's been good ever since. Yeah, there's been other failures. If I can do it, little old me, somebody you don't know, who has had one of those big failures in life like Walt Disney had, y'all can do it. Your parents can tell you similar stories. Go boldly into life making choices not to fail, but to succeed. Get up one more time than you fall, and you'll always be a success. Go Dons.
Unknown caller. The following students are not with us because they are preparing for the championship softball tournament. We would like to recognize Oakley Beckstrom,
Trinity Benson,
Jamie Davis,
and Brooklyn Pintar.
I thought Morty was going to get up and present, but he didn't yet, so I didn't know at that point. As much as we try to make the script it's supposed to start fighting.
Morley Ray Bennett,
Benjamin Hughes Harwood,
McCade Brett Davis,
Tyler Brent Reese, Corinne Orton,
Macy Tarose Clark,
Alexis Nina Downey,
Kaylee Nicole Goetz,
Gavin Skaggs,
Matthew David Smith,
Lindsay Elizabeth Blake,
Thomas Gregory Rowley,
Annabelle Lynn Meekum,
Zachary Fawcett,
Jared Smith,
Caleb Roger Fullwider,
Isaac Randall Foldwater,
Matthew Levitt,
Jonah Verdi Smith,
Spencer Morgan,
McKenna Joy,
Andrew Conrad Hawley,
Caitlin Dorothy Erickson,
Isabella White,
Cambria Ella Meller,
Ashley Nicole Platt,
Jessica Cook, Holly Michelle Larson,
Zachary David Argyle,
Trey Devereaux Harrison,
Shaylee Marie Harrison,
Avery Johnson,
Kieran Abbott,
Boston Bradford,
Weston Corliss,
Bridger Gregory Hall,
Caden Mitchell Wanacott,
Blair D. Nilsson,
Ian Brandon Alt,
Sydney K. Hoover,
Gavin Woodhouse,
Devin Chad Shepard,
Cade R. Argyle,
Kale Jensen,
Braden Pete Banks,
Gunnar Iyer,
Jaden K,
Zoe N. Lockhart,
Kayla Clark,
Amy Lynn Coons,
Caitlin Haley Swan,
Sydney Henderson,
Bobby
Jordan Ann Collier.
Reese Kennedy.
Ammon Beck.
Brigham Daniel Evans.
William Elijah Hall.
Jessie Nicole Mangum.
Harley Athens Carter.
Kennedy May Charlton.
Natasha Ella Bryson.
Ellie Ruth College.
Lauren Frances Vihar.
Haley Creer.
Jackie Andrade.
Emily Cable Beckstead.
Amber May Granilla du Chateau.
Lindsay Wilkerson.
David Alani Tonga.
Peter Brad Heath.
David James Heap.
Caitlin Gatmeyer.
Camilla Bonnie Bush.
Hans Verlin Anderson.
Nicole Oviedo.
Kylie Jean Pace.
Megan Elise Brinton.
Paige Danielle Bringhurst.
Josie Sorensen.
Jackson Gurney.
Haley Jane Nielsen.
Gracie Lee Beckstrom.
Cody Pratt.
Julia Zita Hernandez.
Madison McKell.
Madison Louise Hagan.
Corey Megan Slade.
Victoria Naomi Araujo.
Stockton Matthew Bushman.
Cody Ann Evans.
Cassidy Michelle Raw.
Erica Kathleen Bramall.
Kale Scott Erickson.
Alexander Hans Christensen.
Brody J. Elison.
Joshua Kyle Brunson.
Jonah Jason McNeil.
Hunter Gary Swinson.
Nathan Garrett Smith.
Bryce David Harmon.
Carson Backer.
Jackson Rory Doddridge.
Dexter Burt Bradford.
Kylie Sue Kinder.
Jana Dawn Nelson.
Sage Diane Giles.
Jordan Brett Woodhouse.
Sydney Lynn Berger.
Bailey Ray Red.
Ryan Dale Cobb.
Caleb Allen Pollock. Mason Von Danzy. Aaliyah Mae Jack. Naomi Mae Rollins. Claire Hewlett. Mackenzie.
Marin Elizabeth Atkinson. Marin
Ainsley Marie Call.
Kaylee Lynn Jackson.
Haley Marie Strauss.
Alexandra Dodds.
Kaylee Ann Roach.
Swayze Ride.
Cammie Holt.
Jerica Rose Adams.
Kaya Rochelle Rowley.
Tessa Marie Cook.
Yuri Zeralaya.
Kayla Ray Bevan.
Mark Riker Dinsdale.
Cammie Painter.
Alana Reagan Maltzbarger.
Kaylee Jarvis.
Madison Thomas.
Adeline Bush.
Caleb Adams.
Cameron Jory Campbell.
Shaylee Birmingham.
Xander Dascom.
Brady Kim Johnson.
Jaden Adair.
William Jorgensen.
Trey Johnston.
Cameron James Clark.
Garrett Oliver Dunn.
Brooklyn Mose.
Alexandra Tatiana Bird.
Mallory Ann Patton.
Corbin Matthew Jensen.
Aubrey Bennett.
Mackenzie Cox.
Jenna Mitchell.
Macy Lynn Reese.
Randy Robinson.
Brianna K. Hunt.
Elizabeth Hutchins.
Caitlin Ann Harris.
Great job. We made it.
Tyson Jeremy Baker.
Sinclair Dane.
Britton Lawrence.
Tyson Travis Terry.
Taylor Melinda Gull.
Calvin Ryan Hawkins.
Dylan Caleb Hansen.
Journey Smith.
Clayton Orton.
Isaac Melchizedek Wetzel.
Jaden Royce Morgan.
Lance Hughes.
Tanner Coyle.
Jess Dawn Grange.
Kate Laura Peterson.
Lauren Carolyn Cahill.
Alexis Bunker.
Emily Lynn Vickery.
Cole Anderson.
Isaac Joshua Chappell.
Hunter Scott Clark.
Barry Lynn.
Joshua Vaughn James.
Timothy Justin Olson.
Maxwell Neil Frazier.
Jessica Allie Dempsey.
Ariana Yvonne Sasser.
Devin Christian Lee.
Naya Gardner.
Avery Ann Robinson.
Caleb Ryan Baum.
John Luke.
Dallin Brett Davis.
Mason Burns.
Diego Justin Carlo.
Macy Lynn Hollinger.
Carter Red Marzial.
Russell Ben Mangleson.
Brandon Youd.
Lindsay Ivy.
Whitley Price.
Rylan Harrison.
Corbin Creamer.
Aaron Sessions.
Gage Lynn Feevold.
Ethan Christensen.
Aiden Mariscal.
David Herod Rodriguez Mapura.
Jorge Eduardo Avina Morales.
Destiny Guzman Lopez.
Maria Avila Franco.
Adam Horatio Nelson.
Hunter Craig Cottle.
Naiden Hyatt.
Kobe Tyler Campbell.
Cade William Campbell.
Sabrina Mendoza.
Parker Simpson.
Kyler James Rankin.
Noah Park James. I know my app.
Nalia Aaron Olson.
Jaden Brian Green.
Braden Ames.
Raven Thomas Span.
Cassidy Lynn Johnson.
Grace Louise Raymond.
Easton Kimball Red.
Bailey S. Jensen.
Corbin R.S. Tanner.
Davis Allen Ashton.
Nicholas Irwin.
Austin Worthen.
Michael Weiss.
Lisbeth Fernandez Serrano.
Diana Fernandez Cruz.
Liliana Fernandez Serrana.
Jennifer Morataya.
Luke Azariah Conchar.
Alcira Becky Miles Artola.
Abigail Grace Peterson.
Ethan Ray Binks.
Kate Nicole Merrill.
Madison Kaylise Sullivan.
Avery Elizabeth Critchfield.
Landon Ethan Rencher.
McLean Michael Shepard.
Josie K. Wright.
Paige Lynn Nielsen.
Brooklyn Hawkins.
Adriana Duval.
Hallie Wendell.
Jessica Lee Aarons.
Addison McLean.
Macy Jean Marsh.
Hannah Roberts.
Kate Marie Darrington.
Tragan Paul Tully.
Jocelyn Sky Spotton.
Carly Ann Farnworth.
Isabella Ann Rosenbaum.
Cade Randy Huntington.
Matt Conway.
Mason Holiday.
Maisie Reed.
Kiara Moss.
Casey Anderson.
Abby Lynn Sparks. Jameson Barrett.
Ember Lee.
Jacqueline Emma Doty.
Nicole Clayson.
Coleman Ryan Crockett.
Daxton Frederick.
Enoch Bjorn Pendleton.
Bradley James Snyder.
Michael Schwartz.
Kai Hadley Nelson.
Gracie Jane Parsons.
Natalie Ann Walters.
Madeline Avery Sheffield.
Jack Beck.
McKenna Louise Crook.
Callie Johnson.
Hannah Oldman.
Aubrey Brower.
Sydney Taylor.
Emma Ranolfson.
Lauren Rasmussen.
Paisley Healy.
Ryan Davis.
Bradley Jack Stevens.
Mickelson J. Barber.
Bruce Robert Huntsman.
Abby Lee Olson.
Sydney Lee Thompson.
Bethany Bradford.
Davis Paxton.
Lily Jane Ricks.
Ryan Ashley Hansbrow.
Morgan Rose Price.
Taggart Luke Harrison.
Madison Marilyn Davis.
Ethan Allen Wilkins.
Allie Kathleen Tippett.
David William Riding.
Joshua Jack Marsigli Jr.
Ethan Todd Graham.
Holden James Bayless.
Andrew John Hewish.
Garen Reed Jensen.
Hannah Shaheen.
Brinley Grace Mon.
Josh Alexander Blake Naulu.
Say it really fast for me.
Jonah wasinilimba funiwachwanga.
Jonah Wasine Ibi Vuuna Turagovo.
Oryx Sofeni Toagai.
Cadence Rose Hewlin.
Madison Anderson.
Brennan Craig Carter.
Chase Warren Albrecht.
Lindsay Dawn Applegath.
Jessica Lynn Roberts.
Landon Edward Nilsson.
Joshua Tiberius Brian Tucker.
Jaden Jameson.
Zachary Nicola Keel.
Lena Colleen Hatfield.
Elena Irene Olson.
Samuel Glenn Woolsey.
Spencer Chad Vest.
Coy Larry Birmingham.
Daniel Contreras.
Isaac Ikaika Wahini Hokai.
Kiara Medrano.
Vanessa Villagrana Guzman.
Hasmin Para.
Jeffrey Javier Hernandez.
Graciela Gomez.
Lincoln Dace.
Ashton Swenson.
Ethan Bennett Irvine.
London Tara Wendell.
Emiliano David Rocha.
Densley Randy Duo.
Evan Glazier.
Allison Faye Roman.
Tamara TJ Swag Jalen Strong.
Darren Scott Euler.
Hunter Erastus Rasmussen.
Bo Rhett Murphy.
Isaac Elidio Solis.
Levi Oren Skaggs.
Addie Quijas.
Gloria Castaneda Lopez.
Courtney Nicole Metzger.
Aspen Lily Carter.
McKenna Taylor Bundy.
Ryland James Mickelson.
Sarah Elizabeth Snyder.
Coda T. Begay.
Gregory William Anderson.
Rachel Lynn Herbert.
Holly Briley Burlston.
Melissa Rodriguez.
Cassidy J. Barney.
Olivia Winkle.
Kylie Lauren Smith.
Giovanni Lopez.
Lisbeth Vivar.
Melissa Perez.
Tavita Hale Kalei Tavakelange.
Liamzi Gomez.
April Martinez Soria.
Angelina Rivera.
Eric Rodriguez.
Abigail Reynolds.
Canon Francis Rebeo.
Keston Leroy.
Elena Nicole Allen.
Caitlin Victoria Nye.
Brooklyn Spring Kemper.
Carly Karen Campbell.
Brianna Nicole Jensen.
Mackenzie Whitney.
Aaliyah Hellquist.
Alyssa Simmons.
Kelsey Laverne Bodden.
Emily Ruth Reyes.
Matthew Walter Hunt.
Braxton Gregory Sherwood.
Aaron Max Bravo.
Jacob Moeller.
Ryan Weiss. Corbin McEwen.
Anselmo Torres.
Brogan Evans.
Ryan Thorpe.
Savannah Hill.
Samantha Waite.
Chelsea Ann Lang.
Bridget Deanne Latham.
McKiley Ray Turner.
Josue Tafoya.
Cesar Andres Plasencia.
Julio Cesar Morales Navarrete.
Carla Robles.
Arlie Samaria Uribe.
Nancy Marisol Diaz.
Alexa
Garcia Maldonado.
Jessica Jinks.
Kevin David Palladini.
Colton Richmond.
Riley McKenna Kirk.
Carrick Morgan.
Wade Coombs.
Weston Lee Otteson.
Zachary T. Windsor.
Samuel Spencer.
Hunter William Boyd Moses.
Michael Logan Blair Root.
Boyram Ivan Guzman.
Eric Zavala.
Tracy Renee Jones.
Eliza Cruz Haka.
Noah Thomas Lane.
Kendra Naomi Shelley.
Natalie Elizabeth Combs.
Congratulations, class of 2021. You are officially high school graduates. You may now move your tassel from the right side to the left. Yeah! We would like to thank parents, family, friends, and faculty for supporting us at this graduation ceremony. We couldn't have made it this far without all of your sacrifice and love. We ask that you remain standing as the class of 2021 exits. We invite you to meet your graduate outside of the stadium. Will the audience please rise?